So I'm gonna make a little. This isn't really a theory, anything. Just little things that I've noticed um, throughout my time playing Kingdom Hearts. There's the theory, and I guess the confirmation here in these scenes that. Let me get rid of this one. I don't need that. Um, that Xigbar slash Braig is Luxu. And I've been seeing people like come up with theories for who the Master of Masters is, and they keep talking about this like it's concrete. So I'm gonna say something first. There's the one big piece where people go, oh, believing that this is true. Besides the fact that it's stated and other characters ask, we'll go through that. The big thing was that report. It goes, oh, an inner monologue. Why would that matter? Well, that inner monologue doesn't prove 100% they're Luxu. It proves that they don't know who the person who's the virus is, because he doesn't know who Brain is. Um, that doesn't mean he's Luxu. Like, if you go back to Kingdom Hearts 1 and read the Xehanort reports, that doesn't show that he's inherently evil. Neither does Kingdom Hearts 2's reports, really. Like, it shows a conflict. And in the end, he is a conflict. What we're shown as the audience, as far as like Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 2, and even Master Xehanort, Kingdom Hearts 3, everything we're shown there, we're reading in secret reports a character who's on a constant battle of a struggle of conflicting of light and darkness and finding out the truth. We don't see that character until the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's like everyone saw like this is what's been going on since Kingdom Hearts 1, and then we have this scene where they go and talk to Luxu, and Luxu is like, and Xigbar claims to be Luxu. Is a scene. So here's where I want to go. I'm gonna go through the. I'm gonna mute this just in case you guys can hear it. I'm gonna talk over this so it's not there. Finally, back where it belongs. Luxu didn't start having the Keyblade. It's the Master's Keyblade. So why would Luxu say finally back where it belongs? It didn't belong to him. Who did it belong to? So he goes on. He stares at it. There's this scene of then the foretellers are coming back. And now they all get, it's this long scene of them showing different shots of them all walking. The cool, everything looks really nice. Kingdom Hearts. Did you summon us back? Pause. Yup. Like there's nothing here that's like screaming Luxu. Is that you, Luxu? You look different. And look at this reveal. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Anyone's a real Kingdom Hearts fan? You know what this reminds me of? Kingdom Hearts 2. Riku takes off the hood and shows Ansem's face. He goes, I am Ansem. And Diz smiles. Like, who believed that there? Who believed, like, oh, Ansem is working with Diz? No, you didn't. You were like, Riku's working with Diz. Why? That's definitely Riku. Why the fuck does he look like Ansem? Oh boy. Like, I don't know how people are, like, fooled by it. Like, it's back where it belongs. He doesn't fucking belong to Luxu. And then, are you the one who brought us back? And there's that pause. Yep. And people would be like, you might be reading into it a little bit. Sure, but, and there's no music there. It's like a, hearing the background. It's like slow, like little music. It's not much. Here's Kingdom Hearts 3. Here's Roxas returning. Yeah, and then there's the big crescendo. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hands off, my friends. And he has this, it's a real big important moment. When Nomura reveals a character, it's not like secret ending type of shit. Look at that. Then the crescendo happens when he fucking tears the hood off. That's how Nomura does it. So, like, I don't know what everyone else is talking about. This whole, like, he's Luxu bullshit. These days, they call me Xigbar, but hey, whatever suits you. And there's nothing, because we keep getting updates for Union Cross. There's no pattern of Luxu's in the besides this actual Luxu, real Luxu. There's none of his like dialogue that matches Xigbar really at all. Little pieces, but it looks like Xigbar is kind of mimicking the way Luxu kind of acted. Doesn't look like. Is it really you? No, now he's talking about, oh, cast his form away. They're like, oh, he put his heart in another. And right here, it doesn't show his eyes. Why? These are Nomura hints. These are Nomura hints of like, hey, pay attention. Get these little pieces here. Everyone who thought the Guardian is going to be Terra's heart. No, come on. Come on. Where is that from? From all the little hints. Everything he leaves. Nomura does this. He leaves little hints. And people are talking about this like this is like reality. I don't think so. I think this is a whole ruse. Been through plenty more semblances since, but it's still me underneath it all. Yeah. And that I think is a very important line. Right here. Been through plenty more semblances since, but it's still me underneath it all. His first semblance, since he was the master, who was it? Luxu. I think that whoever Luxu is, once we see him outside of his interactions with the master, is the masters. Or a version, some variant of someone of darkness. It's not like I don't think this is the original Luxu that we saw in the back cover interacting with the masters. Like this doesn't look like Luxu. Luxu would it say back where it belongs. It doesn't belong to Luxu. Like when young Xehanort in Dream Distance was confirmed to be young Xehanort, it was implied and hinted since he was like first there. So it's so weird for people to be accepting like, oh no, because Nomura said it stated it should be in the game, it should be true. It's like it's not. I don't think that's the original Luxu. I think the original Luxu has a good heart. I think it's someone of an innocent good heart. I think there's other factors at play in here. I think that whatever bullshit he gave us here was not real. So we're gonna look at another piece. This is the piece where I want to make an actual theory. I don't understand how people saw like an actual triumphant return like this, or the unveiling of Terra's heart is what's it called? Terra's heart is the Guardian, or the man behind him, whatever his Nomura gave the name as. Luxord, with him handing the card and kind of being like a little goofy-ish still. Not like fully with the organization, the bad guys. Like there's lots of things there. Like if you look at the pattern of how he reveals things, especially big reveals and big hints, this doesn't like that doesn't like look like this looks like a ruse. It does. Right here, the stuff with Yen Sid I want to talk about. Because the stuff that Yen Sid says, that was hinted at 2.8, which everyone was just like, oh, just flew it off of like, oh yeah, I guess Yen Sid knows, may your heart be your guiding key. That's right. That to me, that's weird. Why does Yen Sid know that phrase? Why? May your heart be your guiding key. That doesn't. I don't. Something's a little fishy there. The fact that he just knew that, and this is from 2.8. This is how I was going. Why does Yen Sid know that? Why did they? And more off. Why did in the story segment right before the biggest game of the series that ties everything else all together and starts the whole new next saga? Why in the end of that cutscene would then you have Goofy go, "Oh, may your heart be your guiding key," and he explains that Yen Sid taught him that, or he would say that every time that they go off on a mission. It's like Mickey's never said it. to us. Like Mickey says it later on. Donald doesn't remember, so it's just kind of like, do you take Goofy at his word? But then how does Goofy know that phrase? So Yen Sid has to know that phrase. But then it's like, why does Yen Sid say that phrase? Well, this is where we're gonna start getting to. Yeah, our new yay, 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 yay. Oh, okay, we got you new stuff. And then right after that, Sora, Donald, Goofy now know, hey, he says the phrase that he says. So here's how it's presented. Here's the phrase that the way it's presented. A phrase from a character whom we have no idea why this character said that or how this character knows that phrase. This character, as far as Kingdom Hearts is concerned, not Disney, is a mystery. And he's kind of an enigma outside of everything. Like he's a Keyblade wielder, but he's more like the magic side. Yen Sid's like Yoda. So of course he should have some knowledge. But then I'm gonna put the volume on for this one. This right here, they lean in to hear him say something. And he says it in not his voice. He says it in not his voice. That's not Yen Sid's voice. Why is everybody's just like, oh, Yen Sid, like that's not Yen Sid's voice. Right here. He goes, Mickey, and this is may your heart be your guiding key. It sounds like if anybody's played Stronghold Legends, this sounds like the narrator for the beginning of Stronghold Legends. Her heart. May your heart be your guiding key. And it doesn't sound anything like Yen Sid. That's fucking suspicious. It's fucking weird. So I think whatever bullshit that we were fed for this secret ending, I think connects here. I think it does. I don't see any reason to believe this and to not be 100% suspicious of Yen Sid after this. Like these two scenes are very, very important together. Funny enough, this is in the beginning of the game. This is towards the end. And if you had the Remind DLC, this is basically like a couple hours into the game. This is a couple hours before the real ending. You know, going through Remind and then the Limit Cut episode. And my big thing here is I don't know if Yen Sid is exactly like Luxu or Masters or all this. I'd have to go back and like watch every Yen Sid scene. I'd have to go reread everything on the Union Cross stuff with Luxu and the Masters and everything. I think out of everything, that's the most likely that this is Brain. More likely, I think this is Brain. This is his heart inside of Yen Sid's. Same way that Ericus was inside of Terra's. I think it's Brain. I think it's also very weird in a game where we just got all this stuff about Union Cross leaders and Union leaders and everything like that. I find it really strange on how we were shown every one of the new foretell leaders. So anybody who doesn't know Union Cross, there's the 5 foretellers, which we see towards the end. And then there's the 5 new Union leaders. Laurium, who's Marluxia, Ventus, Ephemere, Scald, and Brain. Now, we see Ventus, we save Ventus. We save Marluxia, and we get hints through Marluxia that he's remembering his past, so we're going to get Marluxia looking for his sister in the next game, wherever he shows up. But we had him here in this one. Subject X is Scald, 100%. And there might be something with Scald for Kyrie. So I mean, I think Scald and Kyrie that's a whole other theory video. That's a whole other theory and discussion, but there's some sort of connection between the two of them. But she was referenced a lot more, like out of nowhere, where people are just like, who is this girl? And Ephemere was shown. The only one out of the 5 of them who wasn't shown or referenced was Brain. And then you have this one like little scene where it's a character who we've known has been speaking since 2006 in these fucking games, then says a line that we like, it's suspicious that he knows that line and hasn't like come forward and say that line. He whispers it under his breath and then says it in a different voice. I'm not buying it. And anybody who doesn't want to buy this with Yen Sid, but wants to buy this, I don't know. I don't understand you. Because this is suspicious. But this is more like, oh my god, mind blowing than this. This is not any more mind, because I will not believe anything out of Luxu's mouth until other people tell me who Luxu is through actual like evidence, or we see something through a flashback of him. I will not believe something that he says to somebody, because this has been a character since the character showed up, has been known to just lie and bullshit with people. Plays fucking games. I don't know. It's not this doesn't seem like typical Nomura fashion. This does. This scene with Yen Sid is very much like with Riku once he defeats Ansem in Dream Dot Distance, and the guardian behind him holds his hand out like he's holding a keyblade. That's this scene with Yen Sid. This this is not. Do not take this at face value. Maybe I can go into more detail. I gotta go look through the stuff with Yen Sid, because this is a scene. I was like, Sky, HMK, Dean, Saralam, Jared, Gamers Joint. I was waiting when they had their playthroughs for someone to react on this, but nobody seemed to react like this. I'm kind of baffled that this scene just flew right by the community. So let me know what you guys think of this scene with Yen Sid. And what do you think of this Luxu scene? I think this is bullshit. I think whoever Luxu is trying to play a game, and he's not being honest with anyone, and there's a lot more here than what's shown at face value. I think this is the most interesting part. So let me know what you think below, and I'll see you guys next time.